Hey guys, knife detector here, and this is part 3 of my Coke bottle cleanup installment. Um, this is going to be the last video because after this, it's just going to be more of the same, right? I might show it to you later on down the road, see what it looks like eventually after I devote more time to it. All of this has been in real time, so I haven't spent a whole lot of time on it, as you can see. But I'm going to pretty much go over the last things I would do, and I'm going to show you just what I would repeat over and over again until I get it where I want it. Now, this knife does have some heavy gouges in it. Heavy gouges in it that I'm never going to grind out. I don't want to go too deep in there to try and get some of these dents out, so they're going to stay, and especially on the wood. I love that beautiful vintage burl wood. I'm going to leave that there the way it is too. The handle's pretty solid. I don't really want to mess with it too much. I think this knife's about 100 years old. A couple of things. I've been cleaning and cleaning a little bit more. And, well, let me show you what I've been doing. Basically, I start off with a 1500 grit sandpaper. Don't want to go too abrasive. And I start off by cleaning some of the shiny bits. In this case, the bolsters. Go over that lightly. Like I said, I'm never going to get this the way it was, so my goal is just to get this acceptable to where I can pull it out and it looks presentable when I take it out of my pocket. Now, if you can see here, there's some damage, kind of like this thing was run over at some point or something. That liner's sunken in a little bit. Who knows? This knife has a lot of stories to tell, I'm sure. We can clean up that carbon steel spring. And that liner being scrunched in like that might have a little something to do with why it doesn't want to close right. Better. Okay. So we're also going to do the handle too, because this is a very light sandpaper, not too abrasive. Look at that beautiful burl wood, guys. So, in any case, what I wanted to tell you is that these gems are out there, right? And if you like knife collecting as a hobby, well, then you might also like knife cleaning, you know? You clean a knife, you add a little bit of your own sweat, a little bit of your own blood if you cut yourself, and tears if it's not what you expected, or if it didn't go the way you wanted it to go. And you could have something really nice. Something that you put a little bit of yourself in. And who knows? This knife might outlive me. And the next guy who gets it might be happy I did that work to it. Or it might bring him a little bit of happiness, you know? And that's what this knife hobby is all about. Sharing that happiness. Now, when you do this, you really have to be careful. Because if you go too far and then you come back in, slice. So you really can't take your eye off the ball on this one. You got to pay attention to what you're doing. Now, I know some of you guys are asking, knife detector, what is the brand of that knife? Were you able to find a maker's mark knife detector anywhere? And my answer to you is, I have not been able to find a maker's mark on there. It is pretty worn out. But I'm going to hold it up to the phone and I'm going to enlarge it in a little bit because I did see something. See, another thing you can tell about this knife is somewhere down the road they used it for batoning. See that? Somebody would baton with this bad boy, probably use it as a rope knife. And it's not sharp at all, it's pretty dull. But, I mean, you can stab yourself with a spoon if the spoon's going fast enough, like 100 miles an hour or something. So you really got to be careful with these things. So what I'm going to keep doing a lot of is just this, and in my spare time, when I have a chance, I'm just going to be doing a little bit more cleaning. Usually I pick a direction and I go with it, and I stay that direction throughout. But I'm going to hold this up to the camera, see if you can see a maker's mark in there. I couldn't. I kind of want to vaguely say that I see the head of a bull or something. I don't know. Or maybe a Q down there. What do you think? See that? This kind of looks like the head of a bull to me. I'm not sure if this down here, there's a little symbol. I don't know if that little symbol is like a Q or something. I'm trying to hold it steady, guys. So that's as close as I could come up with a maker's mark. I don't know what it is. If any of you guys know what it is, please let me know. Warthog, you have any idea what this knife is? Please tell me. Stuart, let me know if you know what this knife is. What brand it is. I don't see it right now. Yeah, and on this side, nothing, guys. I don't see anything. Tell me what you think, but I don't see it. Still got a little bit more cleaning to do, but yeah. Yeah. And man, took some serious gook out from in here too, which I think was inhibiting the closing of it, but it's got a half stop, and I think with time it'll start to close a little bit better. It's getting a little bit better, I think. Wants to kind of snap close a little bit. Yeah. So what I would do is continue with this 1500. Then I'd move up to the 2000. Go in there with the 2000. Sometimes I go down, up and down with the grain, and I stick to that. But in this case, the rust was so bad, I just decided to just go sideways because I can get more leverage like that. Anyway, like I said, this knife ain't going to win any beauty contest coming soon. This side had the most rust on it. And I continue that as much as I can, off and on. Now, I still got a lot of this sanding to do, but once I get to the point where I'm comfortable with it and I'm not going to go any further, after that, what I'll do is I'll sharpen it. And I'll usually start off with my Easy Lap Diamond Hone, the old vintage brass one that I have. It's like you unscrew it, and it's got a brass compartment that goes in, and I use that first. If that isn't doing the trick right off, then I use Smith's 3-stone system, and to finish it off, sometimes I just use the bottom part of a ceramic cup, and I use that. And then of course I got a strop also. Yeah. Let me show you this too, guys. This is some 3000 grit 3M Trizac. This stuff is for wet sanding cars. Now, once I get it where I want it, I'm gonna use this and really get in there. And I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna polish up that handle to bring out some of the color in that burl wood. See? I'll just continue doing this over and over again. So I can bring out some of the smoothness, some of that color in that burl wood. It also polishes up the metal too while you're doing it. So that's good. Like I said, this is 3000 grit. So kind of wants to get it nice and shiny. And basically, you know, they have hours and hours of that to look forward to. In any case, this is a knife detector. I'm going to go ahead and sign off, guys. Just letting you know, this is kind of the procedures that I do whenever I want to clean up a knife. I know you guys might have ways that are different than mine. Other things that you might use instead of WD-40. I've always liked WD-40. It works for me. I don't have any issues with it, especially with these older knives. I know there's lots of other options out there to use. I've always done it this way. So you can see it's starting to get a shine now to that. This has a little hump because of the Coke bottle, so I want to get it towards the edge so I can get the part that's hidden by the hump. Yeah. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to continue going at that blade, man, trying to get as shiny as I can, little by little. Right now it's dull, but most of this blade is there. I think this blade is like 98% there. I don't think it lost anything over the years. I think this thing was just not really sharpened that much and just bounced around in people's pockets, on the ground. Beat the hell out of it to cut rope. Used it as a darn hammer. Bam, bam, bam. I don't know. I really like this knife, guys. I'm going to continue to clean it up. But for hey guys, this is what it looks like. I'm not going to go any further, but check this out. Half stop, open, half stop. It's snapping now a little bit. Not bad, huh? Where before there was none, now there is some, at least. And I believe that's as good as it's going to get. It's got a worn spring, but not bad. Never had one of these Coke bottle knives. Pretty good. Gave it a light sharpening. Still got a lot more to go. You can see this is heavy duty carbon steel. Check out that batoning people did with this thing over the years. When the steel starts to fold over like that, that means they did some serious batoning on this bad boy. Anyway, I consider this a win-win. To me, this is winner-winner chicken dinner, guys. Take care.